Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike the intern, Ned Reynolds in the studio. Thank God it's Friday. So let's talk Wimbledon. The ladies championship match is set. What about the bros?
The gentlemen, they are playing as we speak, or will very shortly. It's a 7-hour difference, I think, between London and Springfield. But be that as it may, the men's semifinals are today. Carlos Alcaraz, defending champion, goes against Daniel Medvedev. This guy, he's kind of curious. Medvedev, he's a Russian player, pro. He's always hanging around. He's one of these guys who's always in contention but never seems to win the big one. He has a couple of them, but we'll see what happens when he faces Alcaraz, who is 21 years old and a tremendous player. Then Novak Djokovic, who is a 7-time Wimbledon champion, meets Lorenzo Musetti, and that's later on today. The winner of that one, the winners, I should say, play for the championship. On Sunday, the ladies' championship is tomorrow. Jasmine Polini versus Barbara Krejcikova. And as you might expect, there are no Americans involved. However, it is Wimbledon.
So we got some guys over the pond this weekend playing golf. Is that right?
They're there for a reason, too. This is Scottish Open, which is a big deal on the European PGA Tour. And, of course, American PGA players are allowed to play in that. But next week is the British Open, which is the final jewel in the Grand Slam of golf. So the pros, the American pros, are taking advantage of this geographic anomaly, so to speak. So they're playing in the Scottish Open this week, which is a big deal. That's where most of them are and getting ready for the British Open. Justin Thomas, American pro, young kid who's a good buddy of Tiger Woods, 8 under par 62 to start it off.
Wow.
Now they're playing in North Berwick in Scotland. Next week's British Open is at Royal Troon, which is also in Scotland. Scotland and Great Britain are right there. They're separated by what? A geographic mountain or something like that. But nonetheless, the American pros are over there, and the winner of that one will pocket some pretty good change.
Yeah, they will. Do you think they go over there to kind of get acclimated to the?
Exactly what
that's the deal. So good luck to those guys, and thanks for giving me a couple naps this weekend. Last but not least, it is the beginning of All-Star Week and the Futures game, which is pretty cool to see. Kind of get to see who the up-and-coming guys are on the diamond.
And it's an honor for them to be there at the Futures game, because to be chosen by Major League Baseball as a prospective star, well, that's a very big deal. Many of the big names have gotten their start in the Futures game. It is tomorrow at Globe Life Stadium in Dallas, or Arlington to be specific, where the Texas Rangers play. That's where the All-Star game is on Tuesday night. Springfield Cardinals have 2 kids who are down there, both pitchers. Quinn Matthews, who may or may not see any action. He pitched recently. He could be in for maybe an inning or two. And Tink Hence, who definitely will not see any action. He's still recovering from a back strain, and so they want to keep him really primed and ready to go for whatever might happen later on this season. Those 2 represent the Springfield Cardinals. There are a number of Texas League players who are in this Futures game. Some high school kids, they have their little get-together maybe several hours before. It's a very big deal. It's a celebration of baseball, and then the All-Star game is next Tuesday night.
Cannot believe we're already to the halfway point of the season. It just feels like we were talking about pitchers and catchers reporting, Ned. And you hate to see it. You're watching a ball game. Guy starts spreading his magic a little bit. You don't want to say it. You don't want to mention it. You know, everyone's superstitious. Then maybe a no-no's going. And then somebody has a bright idea to pull him out of the game. What are your thoughts about that Pirate situation?
I'm a little bit surprised that it happened. You're making reference to Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, there are several factors involved here. Number one, the kid's 22 years old, top draft choice, number 1 college player in America last year at LSU, and here he is in the big leagues, and he's been in the big show now for 9 weeks. He's 6-0, 6 wins, no losses, has been absolutely dominant. Yesterday, he's facing the Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee. Pittsburgh gets a 1-0 lead. It's that kind of a game. And he being Skeens, a no-hitter through 7 innings. He does not come out for the 8th inning. The manager yanks him. Okay, was it a good deal? Well, you look at it 2 ways. Number one, he's a kid. The manager says, I saw signs of fatigue. That doesn't necessarily mean the kid said that he was tired, but the manager said he saw signs of fatigue. It is up to that manager, Derek Shelton, to handle the product with kid gloves, which he was doing. But to take him out with a no-hitter going,
2 innings, man.
no-nos are, they're rare. And who knows, this may never happen again. His career probably will because he's a good pitcher, but you don't want to do something like that. Pulled him out in the 8th inning. Here comes the relief pitcher, first pitch, base hit.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the end of the little scheme that was going on. But the Pirates did hold on to win the game 1-0. Still, this kid has given up no hits, struck out 11. Hey, he is the real deal and might start the All-Star game for the National League. Now, that means he'll probably pitch an inning or two down there in Arlington, Texas on Tuesday, but he's worth watching, and the Cardinals will probably be facing him before too much longer.
Yeah, plenty of times in the future. 2 innings, man. And it really breaks your heart, too, because this might have been one of the earliest professional no-nos once a pitcher actually got started.
There have been rookies who have gotten them. That has happened
games?
before, but I'm sorry?
In 7 games?
Oh, yeah, it could happen. He would be among the youngest ever to get a no-hitter. There have been, as I mentioned, there have been several in the past, but it doesn't happen very often. And the problem is it may never happen again.
True.
And to rob him of that, I don't know. I don't think I would have done it.
Breaks your heart. Either way, Springbirds were in town last night. How'd that go?
Won 6-4 over the Wichita Wind Surge. Play Wichita again tonight, Saturday, and then Sunday to conclude this series. But Springfield's playing very well in the second half. They have a team that's right with them. That's the Tulsa Drillers. They're also playing well. But the Cardinals are already in the playoffs. They can sit back and relax because they won the first half championship, and that's a big deal for the Springfield Ball Club. So we'll see how many stay on the club here in the second half. We are approaching the trade deadline, and at that time, when there are many deals made, well, the trickle-down effect is certainly evident in AA baseball, AAA, AA, single A. You see what happens when the big show makes some trades. Well, we'll see what happens later on in the month of July.
So the Cardinals and Royals met each other earlier this week in the first of the I-70 series. They spread, and the Royals go east.
Royals go to historic Fenway Park in Boston, take on the Boston Red Sox. Kansas City's good. They're a very good baseball team. Are they good enough to be a contender? Maybe for the first round of the playoffs. I'll back off and say that's possible, but they're still a long way from challenging the Cleveland Guardians. Still, Kansas City, a little bit on the inconsistent side, but hey, they took 2 from the Cardinals, and they played the Cardinals 2 more in August. But hey, it's the Royals and the Red Sox. The Cardinals are playing the Cubs, and that's at Busch Stadium starting tonight. That's a weekend series as well. And, of course, the Cardinals-Cubs is one of the most historic rivalries in all of baseball. So it'll be a fun weekend. And then the Springfield Cardinals have their game. We have this one on TV tonight.
Ned, all this tells me is that you're slowly coming around. At first, the Royals couldn't contend. Now we're talking first round of the playoffs. I like where you're going, Ned. You have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday.